What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to look at how you can create a deeper, more meaningful, more passionate, more loving relationship with your partner. How specifically to use the 5 love languages to give love, to give care, to give attention to your partner, and to communicate how you feel about them in a way that not only they understand it, but they want and welcome it and receive it, and in turn can give you what you need and how you speak love. This simple task, these simple things, this simple change that you can do with your partner can radically transform the nature and the quality of your relationship. And the most common pitfall that most relationships have after the honeymoon period is that we're not able or we're not aware of what are the ways our partners are receiving love. We're very much aware of our needs sometimes, and then yet not always, but we're aware of what we want. And very often, and for almost everybody, we give love the way we want to receive it. So for you, it might be physical touch, might be hug, might be kiss, might be that closeness. For some people, it could be, words, the words they say, I love you, I care about you, I'm here for you. It might be all those sweet words that you give them. You see, we give love the way that is most natural for us to receive it. But that doesn't mean that this is the way our partner wants to receive it, or that our partner will understand this way of receiving love. Because we're all different. And what works for us doesn't mean that is valid for another person. So what happens is that it creates miscommunications. And now we have arguments and we have things happening in a relationship and distance and conflict, ultimately sometimes even separations, because we are unable to show and tell our partner that we truly care about them, but in a way that they understand and that, most importantly, they feel it. And how often have you been in a situation in your relationship or in your past relationships where you feel like, well, I care about you, I do all those things, but you don't see it, or you don't care about it, or what do you mean you don't feel loved? See, that kind of miscommunication happens because we're not communicating on a level that is understood by our partner. And this is where the 5 love languages, a very famous book by Gary Chapman, I believe, comes into play. Now, this book is not the law and one above law and the only 5 ways of giving love. By all means, I think it goes far more complex. But what I believe, and in my own personal experience, applying those 5 love languages can not only improve your relationship, but really rekindle and show your partner that you care about them, that you love them in a way that they understand it. So it's a phenomenal way of starting that is so easy to apply and that you can actually use it today. So let's go into it, guys. And remember, the most important about this is not really what you want, but to understand how does my partner receive love? How can I communicate love? Which one of those 5 languages resonate most with my partner's needs? Answering that question and giving that then will transform your relationship. So let's get into it. The first love languages is words of affirmation. It's pretty simple to understand. Words of affirmations is basically the words you speak. I love you, I care about you. All those sweet things could be compliments, appreciation, encouragement, words of support, and just overall very loving words. But it can also be written. A little note that you put in the bag and then they see it in the day and, you've written something nice. That could be a way of expressing verbally or in written form how you feel about your partner. And some people, this is their main way of receiving love and knowing their love. They need to hear it or they need to read it in order to really know it. So that's the first one, words of appreciation. The second one is physical touch. Very simple to understand as well. Physical touch from touching hands, holding hands, hugs, kiss, cuddles, sex, and I believe that eye contact is also very important. But It could be that sitting closer together and holding hands and being just, having that moment where we're physically connected can also be going a long way. Now, if you have a long distance relationship, or if you had a long distance relationship in the past, and you or your partner main way of giving and receiving love is physical touch, it can become a problem very, very fast, because that lack of physicality, that distance between you two in time and space, will not convey the proximity that is often needed to feel connected, to feel loved by your partner. So that is the second one, physical touch. The third one is act of service. The third one is act of service. This can be simply, in simple words, this means I'm here for you. Let me help you. Let me do it for you. It could be doing some chores for them, doing something, part of the activity for them, or helping them in something. Having that support, being part of that experience, part of their daily life, part of that thing that they need to do and alleviate maybe their day, will go a long way for them to receive and understand that, wow, I'm cared, I'm supported, he or she is there for me. For example, your partner comes home and instead of letting him or her cook for the dinner, you handle it, you step forth, you had a long day, let me help you, let me do it for you. That is what the number 3 is, act of service. Number 4 in our list is quality time. Quality time, I think this is also quite easy to understand. All of them are quite easy to understand, isn't it? It's being one-on-one, undivided quality time, whether it's walking, having a nice coffee or a nice meal, or daytime, going on a weekend getaway and just being together, doing something that both of you like. It doesn't need, we're all different. Every couple is a bit different, but it's having that quality conversation, having that presence, having that active listening, having that moment where you're not disturbed by the phone, disturbed by the kids, disturbed by work, disturbed by this and that, but it's just being fully present for a period of time with your partner and doing something together, having that togetherness that is seen as quality and that ultimately will bring you closer. And for quite a fair amount of people, I would say quality time is often one of the main ways of receiving and giving love. So that is the 4th one. The 5th one is receiving gifts. Receiving gifts. Now, I'm not talking about big fancy gifts. It can be small gifts. It can be all kind of different gifts. What matters most often is the effort, the thought, the intention behind the gift. And when you find something, okay, you see your partner, or they saw it, they liked it, and let me get it for them, wrap it up and give it to them. It's having that thought, that effort, that I remembered that you like this and I'm giving it to you, and that is what they want to know. That's what they want to feel. That's what they want to hear from you. So the 5th one is receiving gifts. Now the main important question in closing, guys, is this. What is your top 2 that is your most favorite one? That is the most, the one that you give most often. Look at your life and know which one do you give most naturally and which one do you want to receive the most. And the second question is, which one are my partners? Which one does he or she wants to receive the most? And if you're not sure, ask them. Ask them and then start to do that and notice how it happens. But do it in a genuine way and notice the difference that it can make in your relationship.